Today, witches, we're going to craft a boundary oil. Because while protection is extremely important in life and in the craft, so is boundaries. All right, witches, first, before we make it, let's talk about boundary oil. Because this is not the same thing as protection oil. This is my Veil of Thorns protection oil. I'm just using this right now until we go through and get the finished product of the boundary oil. You could get this on my site. A lot of people tend to mix up protection and boundaries. Boundary oil is not about fighting energy. It's about deciding what gets access to you and your energy. Boundary oil is best for when you're emotionally drained, dealing with people that overstep, healing from a breakup or trauma, being empathic and absorbing too much, or when you find yourself constantly being pulled into things that aren't yours anymore. Boundary oil says you stop here, not aggressively, but firmly. When I make my boundary oil, my intention is always sovereignty, every time. This is for emotional boundaries, energetic boundaries, spiritual boundaries, nervous system boundaries. And I always start first by cleansing my jar or vessel that I will be putting the boundary oil in. And I like to cleanse it with my favorite dragon's blood incense. Boundary oil is like essential if you're a practitioner or an empath, because we tend to be very intuitive, very sensitive, and always holding more space for others. So the intention behind this is sovereignty, but this boundary oil is for protection, personal power, and energy shields. That's what we will use this for. I will place on screen the ingredients. Most of you probably already have these. If you don't, they're very easy to find. So you need a carrier oil, jojoba, grapeseed, olive oil. That is going to be your base. And then you need rosemary, basil, black peppercorns, pieces of bay leaf, some cedarwood oil, some lavender oil, and I'm adding black obsidian chips. Now I like to put the dry ingredients in my hand because I will then tell my herbs what to do and infuse it with my energy life source before adding it to my jar. I'm going to tell them what it is they need to be doing. And now I'm doing a very messy job right now because, but then I will put them in the jar before I add the other ingredients. You're not making a mess when crafting. Are you even doing it right? Then I'll take my bay leaf, find me a broken one, and I will break it up and stick it down into the bottle. Before I top it off with the carrier oil, I will add some cedarwood. I think I add about like 5 drops of this, if it would come out. I did 6, maybe 7, whatever. You measure with your heart, like anything. And then I have my lavender oil. Just add like a whole drop or 2 of that. Okay. And then we will add the carrier oil. Sorry, I lied. Then I will add the black obsidian. This is for shielding against that negative energy and helps to enhance the boundaries that we are trying to uphold. So essentially, this oil is to help you establish, strengthen, and maintain your boundaries, protecting your energy, space, and spirit from negative or unwanted influences. Use this. You could put it on your wrists. You could dab it on your heart space or on the soles of your feet, especially if you know you're going to go and be around somebody somewhere where there's a potential that your boundaries could get crossed. It's harder than a book. You can anoint petitions and talismans or charms that you wear or carry with you to hold firm those boundaries. Now, in your home or your workplace, you could anoint the doors or the windowsills. Now, if you're a practitioner and you have clients, you could use it before doing tarot work or engaging with a client or spell work for a client. This is also great to wear if you are in no contact with somebody and you're trying to uphold that boundary of no contact, or just when you're done over explaining yourself or explaining yourself at all. If you know you're going to be around people or energies, whatever, that tend to overstep your boundaries, even if you know you have like a friend that's been doing too much, dumping on you, and you know they're going to be calling and texting, put that boundary oil on and you'll see. This oil doesn't block blessings, it blocks bullshit. And here's the biggest tip that I could give you. If you find yourself constantly doing protection magic, but yet you still feel drained, it's probably not that you need more protection, you need stronger boundaries. So make yourself some boundary oil, anoint yourself, anoint your space, set those boundaries, let them stand firm, and boom, bam. Boundary oil works because it teaches your energy how to say no and stand on business when saying it. Protection says don't touch me. Boundary oil says you don't even get close, babe. And once you learn that difference, everything changes and you're unfuckwithable. Now, if you ever want to grab any of my other oils or have me custom make you your own, you can do so on my site at sammiejoh.store. All right, blessed be, my babies.